Hi guys! Today I'm going to be doing a bookshelf tour. Yay! Okay, so I was going to do the bookshelf tour on Thursday, but then we ended up getting a new TV and I had to move the bookshelf and I just didn't end up doing it that day. So I did the bookshelf tour yesterday, Friday, and so it does look a little different now. It used to be over here with this Dark Crystal poster, but now it's over here. We have this picture up here, and so that's what that looks like. Up here I just have a few random things. This is Skexel, or the Chamberlain from the Dark Crystal, and I just think he's very awesome. This is just a decoration and candle warmer. And this is just a little frog thing that my boyfriend got me from a Japanese dollar store in Texas. But anyways, onto the bookshelf. There are 3 shelves on this bookshelf, and this is actually a combination of mine and my boyfriend's books. We just basically share them. We do have other books that are packed away in boxes still or in other places in the house. And I actually have a bunch of books in my childhood/teenage bedroom in a different state, and that includes my Harry Potter books and Inkheart, Inkspell, so hopefully I'll have them mailed to me sometime because I do miss those. The first shelf is mainly box sets that we have in mass market paperback size. We have the Ender series, the Ender Quartet, and the Shadow series. Then we have some Halo books, the Fall of Reach, the Flood, First Strike, Contact Harvest, Ghosts of Onyx, and the Cole Protocol. I have not read any of these, but I'd like to eventually. Then we have the Lord of the Rings box set, which is The Hobbit, The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and The Return of the King. And then there's the Song of Ice and Fire series, A Game of Thrones, A Clash of Kings, which is not in here right now because I'm going to be reading that soon. And then there's A Storm of Swords, A Feast for Crows. Then we have the Golden Compass, and I actually do have the Amber Spyglass in my childhood bedroom, like I said, and I don't have the Subtle Knife because I got these at Goodwill, so hopefully I'll find that one eventually to complete the series. And those are called His Dark Materials, and they're actually very good. And then we have a very beat up copy of Spellsinger. I haven't read this, but my boyfriend says it's good. And on the middle shelf we have more paperback books. We have the Illuminatus trilogy. I haven't read this. We have Halo Evolutions, Essential Tales of the Halo Universe. Haven't read that. We have The Greatest Show on Earth by Richard Dawkins, which is cool looking. We have Unwind by Neal Shusterman. The Road by Cormac McCarthy. The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Oryx and Crake and the Year of the Flood by Margaret Atwood. King Solomon's Ring by Conrad Lorenz. And this is an old edition and I really like the cover. Then there's Graceling by Kristen Cashore. Paper Towns by John Green. Oof. The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. Awesome book. You either like it or not. It's probably not for everyone. The same with Life of Pi by Yann Martel. I really like it. Other people don't. Collapse by Jared Diamond. I had to read this for my Society and Environment in History class, And I've also read Guns, Germs, and Steel by Jared Diamond. I had to read that in high school. And I read this in college. Then we have World War Z by Max Brooks. And I'm actually reading his other book right now, The Zombie Survival Guide. Things Fall Apart. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I haven't read this book. Life Ascending by Nick Lane. I love this cover. It's so pretty. Endless Forms Most Beautiful by Sean Carroll. Cool book. Then there's the next two books we had to read in my world mythology class, and that's Parallel Myths and Don't Know Much About Mythology. And I think those are both very interesting books. Then there's To See Every Bird on Earth. Love the cover. There's all kinds of different bird species on it. Then we have a few more mass market paperbacks. First, Do No Harm by Lisa Belkin. This is a book that I had to read for my bioethics class. And then Phantom of the Opera. Really good book. I got this at Goodwill. Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. Lord of the Flies by William Golding. Then we have Jurassic Park. Got this for like 30 cents at Goodwill. "1984" by George Orwell. We also got that at Goodwill. Then there's Night. And then Stranger in a Strange Land. This one doesn't have a cover. Contest by Matthew Riley. This book is actually... I read this about 6 years ago, and this was actually kind of a more science fiction version of The Hunger Games. Instead of kids fighting to the death, it's a man against a bunch of aliens. It was very suspenseful, and I liked it when I read it, but that was kind of a while ago, so yeah. Then the bottom shelf is larger paperback books and hardback books. There's My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult. I had to read this for bioethics. Roadside Geology of Montana. And yeah. Then we have Abarat Book 2, Days of Magic, Nights of War by Clive Barker. And this actually has my bookmark in it, which is a spiral bookmark. Then we have Abarat Book 3, Absolute Midnight by Clive Barker. The Ask and the Answer, which is Book 2 in the Chaos Walking trilogy by Patrick Ness. In Other Worlds by Margaret Atwood. Crow Planet by Linda, however you say her name. An Obsession with Butterflies by Sharmin Russell. Treasury of North American Bird Lore. I got that for $1, I think. Remarkable Creatures by Sean Carroll. which I just realized is the same author as Endless Forms Most Beautiful. Very cool cover. The King of the Crags by Stephen Dias. It has these very awesome dragons on the cover. Treasure Box by Orson Scott Card. I didn't know anything about this when I bought it, but it was at Goodwill, so thought I'd pick it up. The Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown. This is the illustrated edition. Next is Scarecrow by Matthew Reilly, who is the same author who wrote Contest. And here is the Earth's Children series by Jean Auel. The Clan of the Cave Bear. The Valley of Horses is missing the dust jacket. The Mammoth Hunters. The Plains of Passage. The Shelters of Stone. And The Land of Painted Caves. And I guess the first two are smaller than the rest of them.